Hey guys, how you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. I just want to do a bit of a video here. I've got a real concern with what's going on with our youth. As a lot of you know, I do advocate for our youth. Um, I grew up myself in the system, probably around 11 years old, moving from place to place, and so I found a real deep passion to work with youth, youth at any sort of level of risk. It really doesn't matter to me. You know, when we talk about addictions and we talk about trauma and we talk about mental illness, we talk a lot about prevention. But my question is, where does that prevention start? And for me, that prevention starts with our kids. And I work within the system, working with youth, and it's troubling me, guys. It's really troubling me. I'm seeing children begging to go to detox, rehab, and the list can be months. And as many of you may know, that with addiction or substance abuse, anyways, when an addict or somebody who abuses any sort of substance, when they want help, it's now. We got to catch them now when they're in the mode. We can't force somebody to go to rehab. We can't force somebody to go to detox. It's a split second that an addict, and myself through addictions, you know, I work myself up to being clean. I wanted to be clean, and in that moment, you had to catch me, because I can lose that. And I'm seeing that in our youth. I'm incredibly impressed with the strength that a lot of them have. And it gives me hope. It gives me a lot of hope. What I find that with the system is we're clogged. We're running out of resources. Guys, it's scaring me because a lot of these residential homes are shutting down for a lack of funding. They don't know about great opportunities and resources like the Foundry. The Foundry offers so many opportunities for these youth. We've got Boys and Girls Club. You know, those are a couple off the top of my head that I'm familiar with, and advocate for them because our kids are leaving the system. They're coming into the system late, and they're leaving the system with nothing. There's no life skills. There's no rehabilitation. There's nothing. And so when they get into adults, they give up. We don't give them a voice. What I'm learning is that me working with a lot of these youth, I'll walk with them and I'll ask them, you know, and I tell them that I want to learn from them. And you know what? I'm telling you, I have never seen anybody display emotions like I do our youth. You talk to them like a human being and like there's not something wrong with them, and they will open up with their emotions. Trust is a hard thing as a youth. And what I'm learning too is, you know what, our parenting styles, but we also a lot blame the parents for the kids' behavior. And in most times, you know, without structure or, you know, that can be the case. But there's a lot of parents that are just lost. They don't know what to do anymore. And we don't have enough programs to educate them. Peer mentoring is becoming such an important thing, and I don't see why we stop that with kids or adults, why we don't have that for youth. When I was growing up, the biggest people I remember was that big old biker coming into, you know, the detention center. He was the one I listened to because he understood where I was coming from. And a lot of these people coming into our healthcare system are coming from experience, which is so important. But I'm finding that the resources are limited. Funding's being pulled. And these kids now, because of the backlog, are just being put out on the streets. When their deal is up, you know, when the parents are, you know, they move out of the houses or they leave the system. And it's scary because at that point they don't know what to do and they give up. So when we talk prevention, why not talk about prevention starting with our kids? And I know, please don't get me wrong here, guys. I understand. I'm not the only one feeling this. And I've actually been told, Dean, you're beating a dead horse here, but I don't think so. You know, I'm seeing progress, slow as it may be. I am seeing progress. The problem is a lot of us don't know, especially the parents don't know what's out there, and it's killing me. It's killing me inside. I love this, but you know, I take these kids out and just simple walks, and I ask them, and I play the one. It's not a play, but how am I going to learn if I don't ask them? And they're so honest about what is wrong with being in the system, or what is wrong with some of the resources they have, or you know, It's I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a little hyped up and a little bit passionate about this, but it's seeing these kids, and I know for myself being there that they have so much more to offer the world, and their experiences. And I try to explain this to them. Your experiences now, don't let them be in vain. When you grow up, use that experience for a positive, make that change. And I'll tell you, when I give these kids options of doing things, setting their own rules, right? I mean, it's making them feel important, because what I'm hearing, guys, is that these kids don't feel heard. They feel like they've lost a lot of love, family. They're being shoved from one place to another. They don't have a choice. It's scary, and I'm gonna keep these videos going as the more I'm learning, because I'm really trying to get this out there. We can't turn a blind eye to this, guys. I'm telling you, I didn't realize it till I got into this. How desperate these kids are. I can't do this alone. I need your help to get this across. I will provide resources, but for the most part, it is we need to look at more and more at helping the parents, more at helping with these resources that are free to these kids, to give them. We've got the KCR in Kelowna, Kelowna Community Resource Center, that are helping, people come out, getting into the workforce. We can't give up, guys. We can't give up. And I didn't realize how bad it has gotten, and how bad these kids are losing. They're losing touch with everything, and they're giving up on us as adults. And that's what's scary, because we need to show these kids that, we were kids too. Now look at us. We're trying to do things. So we want these kids to come with their experience when they get older, get clean, get their lives in track, and then share their experiences, guys. This is our next generation. These are the ones that are going to teach our grandkids. These are the ones that are going to set examples for our nephews, nieces, all these children coming up. Life experience is becoming extremely important. No matter how minor it is to you, it might be really important to somebody else. Let's use this, guys. Let's use this wisely, and let's reach out to these kids. I'm telling you, if we can start preventing it from a childhood, I think you'll find that when they become adults, we're not going to need as much resources. I'm hoping, but let's start somewhere. All right, guys, I'm going to keep working on this. Much love, and let's make awareness. Let's get this out there. Love you guys.